I wouldn't be investing in things like banks or trusted institutions, because what we're going to start seeing is blockchain is going to do away with these kinds of established giants that apparently promise trust. They like, "Oh, trust us, we can help to ensure that your financial transactions are secure." Because how can you trust third parties? You can't trust third parties. You can't trust you can't just send money without us being involved in the middle of things. But I think the truth is, we're going to start seeing the end of an era where blockchain gets rid of a lot of these kinds of institutions. What blockchain does is, instead of trusting a single centralized entity like a bank, it decentralizes the trust across the whole ledger. For instance, as example, why you can't really hack Bitcoin or the blockchain, you actually have to hack every single computer on the whole system, and that's very hard to do. Like, let's say someone wants to attack a bank, they attack the centralized servers or whatever. I'm not a hacker, but I don't know exactly how it is. But this information is centralized. It's not on millions of computers around the world. Whereas think of Bitcoin, it is so decentralized. It's on all the computers around the whole world. You literally have to manipulate all of them in order to really change things in any meaningful way. And I don't think that's really possible. Well, I'm not an expert on it, but I believe that it's not possible. So what does this mean for the future? The middleman involved in a lot of things, escrow companies, banks, maybe even credit cards. I know on this channel I've been promoting credit cards. I say that they're great stock choices, and so far I think credit card stocks look like they're doing pretty good. Now, if you think 10 years into the future, though, it's worth considering that maybe I don't know what I'm talking about with credit cards. Maybe the way blockchain works is that there's going to be less and less need for MasterCard, Visa. Maybe these are middlemen. Maybe you can use the blockchain instead of having to authenticate your transactions. And I think that's really, really important, because blockchain is a lot faster than banks too. It's kind of ridiculous how, okay, you write a check to your friend or a business. It takes what does it take, Danny? 2 or 3 days to clear if you write a check? So I think that's a ridiculous thing, that when you send a check and it takes 2 or 3 days maybe, and these kind of escrow things, how long does that take? You're a real estate agent, or used to be.
I think it could be a month in escrow.
See, that's insane, because the way the blockchain works is that it authenticates this in real time. There is no, we're slow, we're sorry, we have antiquated technology from the 18th century, so we're going to clear your funds in 2 or 3 days. That's really an absurd way of doing business. And I think that young people today are not going to probably tolerate things taking that long. I think that people are going to definitely have a higher expectation about what's reasonable. I think they will think what's reasonable is that it should be instantaneous. Like, you send an email, well, how come when you send money it's not instant unless it's something like PayPal? And even then, with PayPal, to get the funds from PayPal to your bank, then that's another it's 1 day or a few days for free, and then it's a extra charge if you want it instant. So I think blockchain is really an attack against the traditional slow, bureaucratic, and trust me economy. And the truth is, a lot of these institutions have not really earned people's trust. Remember, Wells Fargo did all kinds of shady things, like they opened credit cards or some kind of scheme in people's name. And you have the credit agencies, another famous middleman, and they have always pretty much bungled things up. They have inaccurate information in there. They have also not treated people's personal privacy very well. So a lot of these institutions, the trust is just not there. We're not a high trust society, but we can be actually with blockchain, because the way it works is that since this information is not on any central authority, so you don't have to believe any central authority like a big business or a government agency. And I think it's really the way of the future. It's kind of funny how this did not start up with the original internet. The original internet was all about decentralizing things, and I think we kind of lost touch with that over time. We kind of lost touch with the idea of the original internet, which is decentralize everything, make it so that everybody is empowered. And we didn't do that with the money. We kind of it's like a mistake that was made, that we just overlooked it. So in the future, I think that you should not be buying bank stocks or really stocks from companies that are based upon the idea that you should trust them just because they've been around for a long time. Well, that's not going to cut it anymore. I think that those are more risky companies than you think, and this applies to even tech companies. Like consider Facebook or Twitter. Why are people on Facebook? Because it's large and all your friends are there. But what if blockchain makes it a way so you can make updates, maybe in a decentralized way, and then people can see your updates? You don't all have to be on the same service. You could all see each other's updates and write to each other. The same is even true for ride sharing. Why do we adopt this idea that you have to be on Uber or Lyft? Why can't there be a decentralized blockchain where you send some kind of message out there through the blockchain, hey, I want to ride, and some kind of decentralized server where someone responds and they are willing to take the ride, and there's some kind of way to review them or to get an accurate sense of how many miles they've driven with passengers. So we want trust, authentication. We want to move away from these monopolies. Imagine if Uber drivers are able to keep a lot more of their money too. I think that's another important thing. A lot of Uber drivers complain that Uber rips them off and they take too much. Well, with the blockchain, there's really probably they would probably pay a very, very nominal amount. So I think that I mean they would probably pay a nominal amount to maybe the decentralized servers around the world somehow. So that's something to consider. I think we need to consider that a new world is coming up, decentralized. It's all part of the blockchain. We see it with the Bitcoin going to the moon. I think that's a sign that people are moving to the decentralized world that's coming. So let me know what you think in the comments below, whether you're excited about the decentralized world and what you're investing in to try to take advantage of this new world that's coming. Anyway, talk to you in the next video. Definitely subscribe and smash that like button. It's right here. Smash it. I'm gonna wait till you click it. Okay, I see you did it.